So are you videoing?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to show my technique for cleaning trout. Pretty straightforward and simple. You're doing food prep, so start with, they were just a moment ago, clean, dry, freshly washed hands. Little trick is if you put a little vegetable oil on your hands, your skin will absorb the vegetable oil. That way you won't absorb so much of the fishy smell and taste. Okay, and then let's do a little preliminary cleaning. And so what we want to do, there's a bony palate, lower palate, and if you push that down so that it's in the lower part of the jaw, you can cut out above it, right? And that's going to make a handle where we can pull the entrails of the fish out nice and clean. I've got a sharp knife, which is essential, and we're going to make a shallow cut starting at the cloaca, just in front of the anal fin. And we're cutting shallow so that we don't cut into the organs, the internal organs, which just kind of makes a bloody mess. And you also, if you can keep that off of the meat's a little bit better. Okay. All right. So once we've got that cut made from the anal fin to just behind the jaw, about where the gills are, reach your finger in and pinch and pull down. We'll take all the gills, and the gills are what spoil first, so you want to get rid of those. And we're taking all of the entrails right out of the fish. And we're good to go. All right, the only other thing we really have to do with trout is we need to get rid of the spinal membrane. And so take your thumbnail and under running water, just scrape it out. And you get a nice, clean, ready to cook trout. Okay, at this point, you could stop. You've got a clean trout that's edible. If you have family members that, like me, don't like the salmony or trouty taste, the more oily, fishy taste to trout, you can go one step further, and that is to actually skin the trout. And this is a technique, I've never seen anybody else do this, but I developed it for my family. And first thing is, behind the opercula, the bony gill plates, there's a little bony plate. And if you take your fingernail and just kind of pull that out to loosen it up on both sides, that will help to separate the meat cleanly. So there's a little bony plate. It's really hard to see, but you can feel it with your fingers. And just kind of rip that up a little bit. Then, when you pull the skin off, you're going to lose all this real thin belly meat on a small fish like this anyway. So if you trim out above the fins, and don't cut all the way through, just, whoops, sorry, kind of a fillet, and then up. And then the other thing I would recommend is make a shallow cut just below the dorsal fin. Don't have to cut all the way through, just to get it started. And another one right below the anal fin, like that. Then if you break the fish's neck, so I've got it around the head like that, break the neck, and that severs the spine, and you can kind of get the skin started. See, so we're going to pull a little meat away from the ribs, but all we're going to lose is the shallow bit of meat, mostly would have fried away or cooked away anyway. And we can get that started on both sides. Usually I do this very quickly and you wouldn't even see the motion. But we just pull down. And make sure that the anal fin comes with it. And now we have a nice, clean, skinned fish. Now you wouldn't want to do this for smoking. You probably want to leave the skin on. But for just cleaning a fish with less trouty kind of flavor, more lighter flavor, and you can clean up the meat a little bit, give it a clean look to it, and you're ready to broil or barbecue, brine, or marinate that fish, and you're ready to go. And that will give you a lighter taste. One last thing I would recommend is, again, if you want to have get the fishy smell off your fish, off your hands after you're done, is wash your hands with soap and water again over in the restroom, and then take a squirt of, when your hands are dry, of toothpaste and rub it all over, and it really helps to leave your hands minty fresh and get the oils and whatnot that from the fish broken down, so you don't smell all fishy if that bothers you or anybody in your family. That's it.